the prison that he negotiated with the government to do his time in jail. This is the original guardhouse.
How did they get up there?
It's a thing they call a ladder. Wow, he had the sights, man. He apparently bought all this land, bought the village down there, and this was also, he eventually turned this into his prison?
Yeah.
Let's go down there. I think that's where he landed his helicopter. I read Killing Pablo. I've seen Narcos. I've watched documentaries on Pablo. Why? I can't figure out what my attraction is to this guy. Helicopter landed right here. They brought us supplies to his prison. He had style, I gotta say, he had style.
You keep treating him like a hero.
Well, he's not a hero. I know he's not a hero, but there's something, you know, you love Pablo, but you hate Escobar.
Yeah, I know what the problem is. You love control. He had the ultimate control, and you're a control freak. That's what you admire about him the most. I know how you are. You want to control everything. Look at, can you imagine you controlling everything you see in front of you? I think Jim's fascination with Pablo comes from the fact that Pablo's larger than life, right? And sometimes I think Jim thinks he's larger than life. All of us that are near Jim, we all know it. He won't admit to it, but he's a control freak.
I'm here because, to me, this is the Al Capone tour. Al Capone was from Chicago. He was a big mythical creature. He had a lot of people killed, that's true. But he also, my uncle, my Vucci Panda, Uncle Paul, was Al Capone's barber.
Yeah.
So he used to tip him $100. There are people that think of Al Capone, our old relatives, as a hero. There are people that thought of Pablo as a hero. Some of these people couldn't live. Then he built houses, he built villages for them.
No, our fathers were immigrants. They came to this country, they went in the restaurant business, and they borrowed money from that organization with the jukebox or cigarette vending guys. They had to pay them every week, and when they couldn't pay them, they were petrified, traumatized.
No, I know.
Our fathers who were strong, they fought in the war, and the only fear they had was those guys. These people went through the same thing.
Well, my father was run out of the business. He was run out of the restaurant business.
There you go.
He told me he had a meeting with them, and my father wouldn't budge. He wouldn't give them money, he wouldn't do anything. He actually literally, physically threw one of those guys out of the restaurant.
Right.
And they had a talk with him, and the guy said to my father, "How are you doing? How is your family? How is Marion and Johnny and Jimmy?"
There you go. The threat.
And that's when my dad just got out, went into depression for 3 years.
That's what you should be remembering and thinking of.
You know, talk about PTSD. I mean, my father never recovered from that. And he sat in the backyard, in the patio, in his shorts and a t-shirt for 3 years smoking cigarettes. And that carries on through me. Then maybe John. I hope I don't carry that trauma on the legacy of my children. Pablo killed 100,000 people. He killed people who had families. He killed children. He took down a passenger plane. Who knows how many people he killed in the United States with just the cocaine itself. Now, Chris and I are going to visit the site where he himself got killed.
This is my favorite spot where they finally nailed him.
It's up on the roof is where they got him. I remember this shot from Narcos. I think they used the real location.
Yeah, the magnitude of actually catching Pablo Escobar here had to be just enormous.
Well, the United States found it by triangulating the cell towers. He was making, frantic calls to find a place for his family. Family. I don't know the families that he destroyed. Probably reverberates for generations within those families. I don't know, it feels weird just sitting here staring at this. It's like going to the Chateau Marmont to see where John died, that bungalow. I only went there once. Just to visualize what you don't know. It's just hard to imagine.
Is it a closure for you in any way?
I don't know. You know, John kind of looked like Pablo a little bit. John was an international figure. Pablo was an international figure. John was doing cocaine. Pablo was selling cocaine. And they both kind of intersected at John's death. The difference is John didn't kill anybody. That's enough of this.
Enough?
Well, let's find the damn seats.